There was only like a handful of people I would have ever wanted to be around and know like a personal life. Like, is there anybody I would want to share my powers with? Is there anyone who became so special, so important? No, no, not really. Not really. No. Well, you always wonder, huh? Mary Magdalene was so beautiful, and Jesus loved Mary Magdalene so much. And Mary Magdalene had the biggest crush on Jesus. Mary Magdalene would have followed Jesus everywhere, anywhere, forever. But Jesus had too many miracles, too many things to do. He couldn't be thinking about no girl, no relationship. You know, but would Jesus want to be with a human? Are they powerful enough? Are they pure enough? Are they good enough? Well, maybe he would have, maybe, but he didn't have a lot of time to think about a relationship or nothing like that. So he just never had any time for those things. But would I have looked back in my life to wish I had done or not done something by choice? No, no. There was really beautiful people that you'd never forget. So there were some beautiful people that were actually good people that you'd never forget. There was this one boy, and when I was little, I went to this place called the Butterfield Ranch. It was like some weird campground thing. So it was a weird campground. And I went to this place, and it was called like the Butterfield Ranch or something. And I think it was part of like a KQ ranch thing. And there was one out in Julian, I think, or somewhere over there that I always went to when I was young. I didn't go all the time to that Butterfield Ranch one, but I went to the Butterfield Ranch one this one time. And there was a boy there. And he was very morally amazing. He was a very good, morally beautiful, amazing boy. And so I would visit him in his RV. And I would hang out with him in his RV in his bed area. So he had a bed area in his RV at one side of the RV, and his parents were all the way on the other side of the RV. And I would always visit him as a ghost and hang out with him. And he was very spiritually beautiful, very spiritually intelligent. He was very amazing as a boy. He was a very amazing boy. So I just had to stare at him walking once. So I stared at him walking. I just wanted to see what a boy that amazing and spiritually massive and beautiful would look like when he's just walking. And he was walking down a little area, and he was a very beautiful, spectacular, amazing looking boy. And then he showed up at the pool area when I was in the pool and scared the bejeebies out of me. Because then he was looking at me, and I didn't think he ever saw me when I was staring at him walking. That was very scary. But he was a very beautiful, amazing boy. So he was kind of fun to just stare at. See what boys that beautiful and amazing look like walking. And then there's this little boy. And he went to this weird Catholic church camp thing. And for some reason, when I was young, I ended up at this weird Catholic church camp thing where he ended up. And it was fun to watch him walk around among other children and just be so amazed that he was such a good boy that all the rest of all these kids just seemed like nothing, a big pile of nothing kids. While this really good boy would walk through the whole crowd of kids and just stand out until it was overwhelming. And it was fun to sit and realize that such a good boy would stand out so massively among most children. It was really neat to realize. I guess those would be the most amazing boys I ever saw. And then there was a weird moment because I was born into a family chosen by the devil. They weren't a good family at all. But somehow there was a son that was part of a family that liked the family of the devil. So I was born into the family chosen by the devil. But there was these people, they were called the Kotniks. And these Kotnik people were very spiritually beautiful, good people. So these Kotnik people were nice to the family chosen by the devil because, well, they were just nice, good people. But they were very, very nice, very good people. So I loved running over there when I was young, and they let me call them Grandma and Grandpa. And I liked to run over there and be near them because they were just so good. And so really, really, really just good. It was amazing. Grandma in pink was in the family chosen by the devil, but she chose God over the devil. Pretty massive for a family that harsh. But this Kotnik family had this little boy in it. So there's this little boy. I visited him in his bedroom all the time as a ghost. He had a really big, beautiful backyard. And he had this really big, beautiful window. It was like all these windows where you could see their beautiful backyard. And I loved to stand there as a ghost and look out the window and see the beautiful backyard. And one day that little boy said, "Why do you keep coming here and why do you always look out that window?" And I told him, well, the view's just a really beautiful view. It looks like a really pretty backyard. And the family that was in this house before your family was a very, very good, beautiful family. And the man that lived here before your family, he died looking out this window. And I like to just stand here and look out the window. And he started talking to me as a ghost. And I would visit him all the time in his bedroom and hang out with him. And one day, he was trying to say that he would want to get to know me, but I knew that just like Jesse Arias, the devil would kill him if he ever was my friend or anything else. So, I didn't really ever get to know him. But as a ghost, he was a very sweet, beautiful boy. He did fun, pretty neat, amazing things with his family all the time. He liked to run around and be a pretty fun, silly boy. Now, that's about the only people I ever think back to in the walk of a dead God alone, where I guess maybe it would have been fun to know them more than barely at all. But after Jesse Arias screamed and screamed and screamed just to die, I realized that I don't need a friend and I don't need to know anyone. So I really never did. So I really had nothing. There really was nothing. I come in as a dead God. I go home as a dead God. I really knew not anyone. I like to live in my imagination. I like to dream that everyone overcomes evil. I like to dream that everybody makes it at the end of the world, but I'm not stupid. There were countless books about how people will hide underground and try to get out of here during the end of the world. And I'm not an idiot. Coronavirus was only supposed to attack the brutal, sickening people against God, and it hit the whole world. So I'm not dumb. I'm pretty sure when I was getting killed and you could feel the reality of my murders at a restaurant, a lot of people probably weren't very good or nice or probably didn't have a lot of fear of God and work harder on themselves. And, this is a scary end of the world. The people that did this to me were very, very monumentally bad people. Will anybody make it? You just don't ever know. No, but, oh well. I'll just sit and get to know everybody from far away. So now that's all I do. I visit everyone and anyone that's worthy that wants to get to know me, but never up close or personal. No. I just get to know everybody who wants to know me from far away and decide that if they make it to the island of gods that I created, if they make it to ever see me literally, I guess I would decide when I got there.